Hey everyone, welcome to another video. As promised, I'm gonna be organizing my singles a little bit. I recently depotted, destroyed, and took apart some eyeshadow palettes that I kind of wanna mix into these singles. I haven't fully done the declutter on those yet, so I'm gonna be decluttering a little bit, putting some in empty magnetic palettes together. I bought this new empty magnetic palette that I'm gonna put some things in as well, and I just want to go over my singles and see what I have and also inspire myself a little bit, maybe create some color stories, I don't know. I'm just gonna be taking everything out and then I'm gonna put everything on the table and see what I have here. I think that the next thing I want to do is to kind of organize these by color. So put all the greens together, the blues, purples, and then see if I have any kind of repeat shades. It will give me a better idea of what I want to keep and what I want to let go of. Okay, so this is not perfect, but I think it is close enough. I have shades that are kind of similar together. We have some purples here, some neutrals here, some pinky neutrals, red and more warm neutrals, like the really cool tone mauvey ones, yellows, blues, greens. This is the best I could do for now. This is what it is gonna be for now, and I'm just gonna see if I see any shades that I think are way too similar that I wanna maybe get rid of. So I have this shade in Equilibrium from Lethal Cosmetics, and I actually really didn't like this one. It is very set and I felt like it was a little bit dry. We also have this shade from Makeup Geek in Medieval, and I don't know if I'm gonna like this better. I think they are pretty similar, like in finish and in tone, Not exactly the same, but pretty similar, and both of these I don't love. I think I'm gonna keep the Makeup Geek and get rid of this Lethal Cosmetics. I know I'm not gonna use it. Then we have this shade from the... There isn't a name on the back because I depotted this from the It's My Pleasure palette. This shade I don't really like because it has those sparkles in there that I don't know what to do with. I never really use this one, so I'm gonna let go of this one. Then let me see, this shade Pistol from Give Me Glow is just a lot deeper than I thought it would be. It is pretty, but I don't know if I'm ever really gonna wear this because it is just so deep. It has kind of like a very dark brown, almost black base, and every time I wear it I just feel like I don't really have a place for it in my eye look because it is just so dark. I don't really wear dark eyelid colors, so this is gonna go in a maybe pile. I don't know how I feel about that one. I have this other shade by Give Me Glow as well that is very similar in problem because it's a pretty shade, but it is just so dark, especially when you kind of turn your head. It just looks so dark. So that is gonna go in the maybe pile as well. And I'm gonna be covered in eyeshadow for this entire video, so be mentally prepared for that. I don't know if I want to keep this one. This one is by NYX. It's in Coquette, and it is not too pigmented, but it's kind of easy to use. I hit ban on it because I had it in my project ban. Let me think about that for a little bit longer. I think I'm gonna keep all these kind of yellowy peachy ones because I don't feel like I have any there that are repeats. Although this one, this shade by Makeup Geek is Cheetah Bear. This one is a really pretty shade. I don't feel like I have enough room. This is really pretty, and I feel like it is kind of similar to this one from the Kaleidos Futurism 7, I think. But I don't really like the mattes in that palette. I think these are similar enough. It is just so hard to show you. I'm gonna try. So this is the Makeup Geek one. This is the Kaleidos one. I think I'm gonna get rid of this Kaleidos one, and then I'm gonna swatch the other Kaleidos one as well. So I'm gonna swatch it here. I think that is different enough, so I'm gonna be keeping that. So these are all kind of staying, I guess. But then, do I really not have anything similar to those? I don't think so. These two shades look pretty similar. This is Makeup Geek Pinky Promise, and this is Verve by Nabla. But I don't think I can let go of these two. I just can't. I'm not gonna let go of these. Let me see what I want to do. I don't have a lot of greens. These don't look extremely similar. These blues also don't look extremely similar, although I have this Makeup Geek shade. This one is Seize the Day. I am just gonna swatch it over here. And then I have this one that I depotted from a Jeffree Star palette. This one doesn't have a name, but it's the only teal shade from the palette. They are not exactly the same. This one is a little bit more green. Do I want to keep both of those? I do really like teal. I think for now I'm going to keep both of those. I just want to swatch this one. This one is from, I believe this one is from NYX, and it isn't too pigmented. Okay, this is not the best place to swatch, but it is just so hard to show this to you right now. And this one is from Lethal Cosmetics, and this one is a Nocturnal. Okay, those don't have the same undertones. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. This one is from the It's My Pleasure palette, and I don't really love this one. I don't think I really need it in my life. I don't think I need both of these shades. This one is from NYX. I don't remember the name. This one is from the Jeffree Star palette that I depotted. So this one from NYX, it doesn't really show up that much. It is very, very light. And then this one from Jeffree Star is definitely more pigmented, so gonna be keeping that. Gonna get rid of this NYX one. I don't really feel the need to declutter a crazy amount. I don't feel like I have that many shades that look kind of like repeats. I don't know if I want to keep this one. This one is from H&M. I don't remember the name because they don't put those on the bag, but it is kind of pretty. I kind of like it. It's kind of a nice inner corner highlight, but do I actually use it? I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to keep the shimmers from the Is My Pleasure palette because those just aren't my favorites. They are just a little bit too grungy for me actually, and I don't find them to look very interesting on the eye. Personally, I don't have proper room to swatch right now. I guess I should clean my arm a little bit. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. This one is just too grungy for me. I believe this is Mr. Sandman. I just don't really like this one. This one I think I'm gonna give another chance. This one, do I think I need that? It's just not my fave. I just don't really like it. I'm gonna get rid of that one. I didn't depot that palette for nothing. I had to get rid of a few. Then we have this Jeffree Star shade that I want to compare to the Allium, I believe, shade from Menagerie Cosmetics. Of course, those are not similar at all. Do we have anything left that could be similar? I don't have the name of that shade. It's lighter. Do I have anything else that I might want to get rid of? Let me see if these are very similar. This is Lethal Sequence. And this is Menagerie Jellyfish. Those are very, very similar. The Menagerie one is maybe a little bit deeper. I don't know if I want to get rid of those because I do really like this type of shade. It's not like I need it, but I also don't want to get rid of everything. This is gonna go in a maybe pile, the Lethal Cosmetics. I think that's gonna be everything I decluttered today. I wasn't really planning on decluttering a crazy amount because I do want to kind of build my singles collection. I do want to have some options, so if I am gonna maybe dupe the vibes or something like that, or if I want to create a color story inspired by something, that I can actually do that. So I'm pretty happy with what I have here right now. I think I'm gonna declutter both of these Give Me Glow ones because every time I wear them I just don't like them. They're just too deep for me. This Lethal one I'm just gonna keep because I do want to have some Lethal Cosmetics in my collection. And some of these are just too new to get rid of right away. I just don't think I want to do that. Do I want to keep both of these? I kind of do want to keep both of these for now, but I know it doesn't make sense, but I'm still gonna do it. I think now I'm just gonna put these back into palettes, and while I do that, I will take a look at every single once again and then really decide and see if there's anything else that I want to get rid of, but I don't really feel like doing that right now. This is a shade that I might want to get rid of, another shimmer from the Is My Pleasure palette. It's just not my favorite. It just doesn't really work on me. I think I'm gonna get rid of this as well. I'm just gonna get rid of the shimmers of the Is My Pleasure palette. I think I'm decluttering like 5 shades of that palette right now. And let me just swatch this one also from the Is My Pleasure. I feel like that kind of still has a place in my collection. Let me see what I want to do. I think I'm just gonna put all the purples in a palette to start with. That's what I'm gonna do right now. So I'm just gonna scooch this over a little bit, move this over. There are just too many single eyeshadows here. And I'm just gonna put it in this big palette that I bought because I suddenly had a lot more single eyeshadows. So that's gonna be my purple palette for now. Kind of purple, kind of periwinkle, some purple leaning shades as well. This isn't exactly purple, but it will go with it. So this is gonna be the purple adjacent palette for now. I'm pretty happy with how this looks. I'm just gonna go on with this theme and kind of put all the similar shades together. So I really have an idea of what kind of shades I have in every color family. So this is good for now. Now I'm gonna put all the kind of warm neutrals in this palette that I just have to clean a little bit. So it's not like exactly warm neutrals, it's kind of warm leaning, a little pinky leaning, a little bit rosy maybe. So let me see how far we get with this color story in this magnetic palette. So these remaining shades, some of these could go with this palette, but I think I'm just gonna put some of those together with the more cool toned and neutral neutrals to get kind of like two palettes mixed with neutrals. Also, these two shades were very similar, so then we also have kind of like a warmer shade in the cool tone neutral palette. That sounds maybe like I've thought about it, but to be honest, I don't really have any more space over here. Maybe I can put this one in here. Yes. Okay, so this is gonna be like the warm tone neutral, rosy neutral palette. And then I think I'm just gonna put the more cool tone neutrals in here and then the more neutral neutrals in another palette, because now we're moving on to the smaller palettes. I think I'm just gonna put some of the neutral neutrals in here so that we also have some deepening up shades in this palette. So we have some different options. So this is not like my perfect color story, but I'm just gonna keep these together like this for right now. I really like the other neutral color story, so that is gonna be a palette that I'm really gonna be dipping in. This one I'm not sure yet because it doesn't have all the options that I would like for a look. Just kind of cleaning this Lethal Cosmetics palette, I guess. What do I want to put in here? I guess I'm just gonna put some of the greens in here. That is what I'm gonna do and see how far I get with that. Maybe I can add some interesting shades here and here. Or maybe I can add some neutrals, kind of like half colorful, half neutral. That one in. What else do I want to put in here? I guess I can put this one in here as well maybe, but I'm gonna put in this kind of green blue maybe. Just add a little bit of blue in this palette. Quite like how this is looking. I think I'm just gonna put some of the yellows in here and see how I feel about that. Like yellow, peach and orange. And now I'm just gonna put some of the blues in here. We're almost done and I'm pretty happy with how everything is looking right now. Just cleaning up a little bit. So this is not a palette that I would really use, but at least I have some blues here together that I can go into. I think the purple palette and the first neutral palette that I just made are going to be palettes that I go into a lot. This is just for storage for right now. I also don't think that every palette should be completely usable, a completely usable color story. That would make this video very long and that would make this a whole project. So this is what that is going to look like. And then the rest I'm just going to put in another palette, and that's just gonna be kind of like storage as well. So I'm just gonna grab this Makeup Geek palette and I'm just gonna put these in here just gonna put the Give Me Glow together. These videos are always so dangerous for my eyeshadows because I poke my nails in these eyeshadows like 10 times. I have poked eyeshadows 10 times already. That's just what I do all the time. Alright, so the rest of these hopefully will fit into this little palette. This is not gonna be the best color story, but I'm just gonna accept it. And of course it doesn't completely fit, so I'm gonna need something else. Let me just quickly clean this up. I'm just gonna leave these here for now. I don't have all the time in the world to be organizing my eyeshadows for hours and hours now. So let me just quickly show you what I did. At least everything has a place now in my collection. I'm really happy with this big purple palette. I really love purples. I like all the different tones in here. I think I'm gonna get some use out of this because this is really inspiring to me. And then the other palette that I am really into is this kind of like warm pinkish rosy palette. Some of these look a little bit more orangey, but I am quite into this palette. I think there are some pretty shades in here. Can't wait to use that. Then the other palettes are just a little bit more for storage right now. I quite like this color story. I think it's quite interesting, some neutrals and greens, but the other ones I'm probably not gonna go into right now the most, but this is kind of basic. If I want to do a basic look, I can go into this. So it's not like a perfect organization today, but at least I have a better idea of what I have. I've put everything together, see if I have too many repeat shades. I decluttered a few things. I decluttered 10 eyeshadows, which isn't a lot, but you know, I want to build my collection. I don't want to keep decluttering and then don't have the option of all these different shades. So I'm pretty happy with how far I got today, but probably I'm gonna do more single eyeshadow organization videos to actually make sure that I use all these different eyeshadows, because I now have a few of these palettes that I think I would really use, that I'm really into, but also a few that I don't think I would really go into. So I'll just have to see how it goes with the color stories that I did today. I'm just really into this one. I think this looks really nice. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe, and then I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.